I don't know how to define it. There have been times where it's just been generic. It's been my experience. I haven't tried to identify it in any particular way. I think there are a lot of times where it's lonely, and I don't know if I define that as black in tech, being the leader of a company, being an entrepreneur. All those things can be lonely, but when I say lonely, I mean in the sense of no one to talk with about the shared experience, to get advice, commiseration, support. Um, there was a very small window there, like a few months, and it was a difficult period for all of us after George Floyd's killing, where there were some advantages, but they took those away really quickly. But there was a little bit of time there where it felt like there was a moment for black in tech, and it's not that we've gone the opposite side of the pendulum, but people forgot that really quickly. Like there was a period where every potential investor, was writing in about their commitment to building a portfolio of black entrepreneurs and all, and I haven't heard that kind of talk for a while. So yeah, combination of generic, lonely, spotlit, um, responsible. I think we all feel that in everything we do, whether tech or otherwise. But when you're black, in general, but certainly at a certain station when you're in rooms where there are not a lot of other people like you, I think there's a responsibility that comes with that, and I feel that oftentimes. But I had no question that it was fleeting. It was never authentic, right? When your inbox, it felt like there was a week there where every company I'd ever bought anything from, every investor that ever turned me down and ever heard anything, sent out a statement about their commitment to diversity and to equal right. It never rang true to me. So I think I was skeptical, but also I'm pragmatic and entrepreneur, so I was ready to take advantage of the opportunity at hand. But I don't, at this point, look back with surprise or disappointment. It's just part of the process. I think that black people in general are will continue to ascend, and I think will occupy more of the important spaces of society in all ways. And I think that won't come without its challenges, both that are within ourselves, but clearly the world is pushing against black in many ways right now. And I think that that's in part because of what happened during the summer of 2020 and how it shook people up. So I think in general we will continue to ascend in all areas. I think when it comes to tech, probably even more so because you have a generation of folks that are growing up with digital natives, and I think also digital natives that are still aware of the racism in the world, the challenges in the world, and therefore the need to be able to chart their own path. And tech uniquely does that. Entrepreneurship uniquely does that. But tech uniquely does it because there's this sort of, it's like math in a way at its best. It's sort of at its face, something you can come into that is a blank slate that you can build upon and do many things with. So I think it's natural that digital natives growing up will think, in this world I need to chart a path, and I can better chart it in this area where I can build something. As a business person, I've come to appreciate the importance of building a solution that matters to a defined customer, and really understanding what the problem is you're trying to solve and who you're trying to solve it for. There's this natural impulse that I certainly felt in the beginning to think that tech is itself cool, because tech can be cool. But I think you have to understand in the end, for it to work, it needs to be useful for someone. And that may or may not be cool. It may or may not be beautiful. That's not what wins out in the end. Cool and beautiful, useful does. So I think keeping that in mind, that in the end, you're trying to build a very useful product and solution for real people.